Best non-calorie sweeteners. Which ones are they? Let me explain. Hey, I'm Dr. Ekberg with Wellness for Life, and if you like to truly master health by understanding how the body really works, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss anything. There's a lot of confusion about sweeteners, and often I get the question, so which one of the artificial sweeteners is okay? And what people usually mean is stevia, which is not an artificial sweetener. So let me clear some things up here. So from worst to best, the artificial sweeteners, which are sucralose, aspartame, and saccharin, also a popular one that's not sold by itself so much, is acesulfame potassium. All of those are poison. They are very, very neurotoxic chemicals. You should under no circumstance eat any of those ever. I've done a separate video on those that you can check out, which is explains a little bit more about why they are so bad. So just don't go there. But then why do we want a non-calorie sweetener? Because sugar is the root of all evil. Because sugar raises blood sugar and it triggers insulin, and insulin has been linked to every degenerative disease ever. So watch some more videos on sugar and why sugar kills. And virtually every video that we do has something to do with why sugar is not a good idea. So then we get to some that are almost okay, and that's the sugar alcohols. They're called xylitol, maltitol, erythritol. The way you can tell it's an alcohol is it ends in OL. And these can be pretty much okay. I wouldn't recommend them for most people, but once in a while, just a little bit is probably all right for most people. The problem is that once you eat a lot of it, these sugar alcohols feed your gut flora selectively. They tend to feed the pathogenic bacteria primarily, and as such they upset your flora, they lead to bloating and gasiness and so forth. And of course, it's not just the bloating, it's not just the discomfort of that, but it's the fact that it's an indication of an unbalanced gut flora, and if you have an unbalanced gut flora, that's going to affect pretty much everything in your body. So if you have a very, very sensitive gut, then you want to avoid these very, very carefully. If you don't notice so much upset from eating them, then it might be all right to have a little bit once in a while. Just don't overdo it. But then we get to the good ones, in my opinion, and that would be stevia, monk fruit extract, and chicory root. And these are all natural. They're plant extracts. They're derived from nature. And you want to try to get these in their purest form. So stevia is sold in 1,000 different forms, but you want to try the ones that is a pure stevia powder. Most of the brands that you find on the market, they're going to be mixed up with one of these sugar alcohols to enhance the flavor or just simply make them mix better or easier to measure. But again, if you're very sensitive, you do better to stay away from these, so try to get the pure stevia. Same thing with monk fruit extract. The purest version is the best, and it's often mixed up with other things. Stevia is a couple of 100 times sweeter than sugar, so it just takes a tiny, tiny little bit. And monk fruit extract is even a little bit sweeter. Chicory root is a little bit different because it's more of a bulky powder. It is about 96% fiber. So if you're baking cookies, for example, now you're adding a lot of good fiber to those cookies, and it also has some baking properties that you're not going to get from stevia or monk fruit. So out of these, I use these for different things. I think stevia and monk fruit works great with sour things like yogurt or berry smoothies. I don't like them so much with coffee and tea, but everyone's different. Some people love them for that as well. And for baking and other things where I don't prefer the stevia so much, I like the chicory root. That one's a little bit harder to find because it's a relatively new product. The brand name is called Just Like Sugar, and if you just do an internet search, I'm sure that you'll find some ways to get that one as well. Let me know about your experience with these, or if you have some great recipes for baking, for fudge or cookies or something, let me know, and I'd love to share that with some more people. If you're new to this channel and you enjoy this sort of content, make sure that you subscribe and hit that notification bell so that we can keep this content coming your way. Thanks for listening.